you lot think I'm joking, I bet any money Barrios stops Garcia. I just think Ryan's a light. You just don't know what to expect. I feel like in a game where you have to be consistent, Barrios is consistent. The consistency beats anything else.
Conor Benn is betting on a knockout of Ryan Garcia. The WBC mandatory challenger shocked fans by predicting Mario Barrios would stop Ryan Garcia. For this fight, Conor suggests Ryan must win, otherwise he should take early retirement.
You know, really, you think Ryan should win, and Ryan should win, really. He should. There's true Mexican blood, fights with heart, fights with pride, fights for his country, and fights for something more than clicks and views. It's hard to pick who's gonna win, to pick who's gonna win.
Before adding on more brutal predictions by Ben, let's see what his opponent is thinking. WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios sits down to discuss the final preparations for the biggest fight of his career.
I'm excited. You know, it's been a long camp. I'm already tired of it. You know, just ready, you know, to just, you know, show everything that, you know, me and Joe have been working on. Just ready to just, you know, put all this work, you know, from camp and, you know, just go into this fight strong.
Meanwhile, former light heavyweight champion Antonio Tarver sees this matchup as the perfect opportunity for Ryan Garcia to finally capture world title gold. But if Garcia cannot win this fight, it will be difficult to envision him ever winning a title in boxing. He describes the setup as perfect for Garcia because, in his assessment, Barrios lacks devastating power and nothing about his game truly sticks out as great.
Hey, you know what? I think it's a perfect fight for Ryan. I think when you look at the guys that hold the championships, you can look. I believe he has a chance to win this, bro, and become a world champion for the first time in his career. I think it's the perfect opponent when you look at all the other champions. If he can't win this fight, I think it'd be hard pressed for him to win a title. You know, if he's ever going to win a title in boxing, it's a perfect setup for him because I just believe when you look at the power of Barrios, it's not really devastating. You know, when you look at his boxing ability, he's a good fighter, but nothing really sticks out as great. You know, I just think he's a solid fighter, but I just don't think he's the best champion.
According to Antonio, Ryan Garcia enters the fight with clear advantages in youth, power, and speed. He simply needs to execute. However, they caution that Mario Barrios will not lie down and remains dangerous. The expectation was for Barrios to separate himself against a legend like Pacquiao, and his failure to do so suggests there are still gaps in his game.
Ryan Garcia has the advantages in this fight. He's younger, he has the power, he has the speed. He just has to execute. But Barrios ain't gonna lay down. That's why, you know, but when he had that draw with Pacquiao, that showed me, man, that he could still get back to the drawing board and become a better fighter. I think it was any time for him to show some separation, it was against Manny Pacquiao. And he didn't show as much separation as I would have wanted. And that just let me know he's still in the development stage. Even though he's a champion, he's still learning how to become the best fighter that he can be. Still some things need to be filled in, but we'll see. Maybe the champion come ready to fight and put on his very best performance.
But not everyone shares that confidence in Garcia. Trainer Joel Diaz acknowledges Mario Barrios as a proven warrior and action fighter who always shows up for war, while recognizing Ryan Garcia's explosive power. He predicts a technical approach from Garcia, fighting off the back foot and looking to land the left hook as Barrios applies pressure. Despite Barrios' relentless aggression, Diaz ultimately believes Garcia will emerge with his hand raised.
Barrios has always showed that he's a warrior. You know, Barrios, I mean, you've seen him in his fights. He comes to fight. He's an action fighter, and of course, when you see Ryan Garcia is explosive. You know, he holds his own, he holds his ground, and it's gonna be a good fight for the fans. I see a very technical Ryan Garcia, just, you know, fighting off the back foot, trying to land that left hook to the head, and Mario's being cautious, looking to pressure Ryan. But I think at the end of the day, Ryan will come out with a victory.
That's one opinion. Here's another that flips the script entirely. Ryan's trainer and father, Henry Garcia, admitted he was initially surprised by the matchup, but recalled that Mario Barrios' coach, Joe Goosen, has a history of training fighters and later facing them months later. While acknowledging the awkwardness, he made it clear there is no advantage to be gained from this dynamic and simply accepted it as the reality of the situation.
My son is the one that, you know, felt that way. I felt that way, that it was kind of a surprise at first, but then I recall Joe telling me that he did that in the past. He did that in the past where he would train a fighter, and then about 3-4 months later, he would bring he would fight against the guy, who he trained. It was kind of weird. So I told, I told Ryan about that. I said, you know what, he does those kind of things. I don't know why he did it against us, but maybe he wanted to get paid or something, but there's no advantage here, and it is what it is. We can't stop it. It's already done.
Coming back to British professional boxer Conor Benn has made a stunning late prediction for the Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia fight, completely flipping his original stance to now back the champion by stoppage. Benn now declares he is 100% confident that Barrios will stop Garcia because of Garcia's instability and chaotic lifestyle as liabilities, contrasting them with Barrios's consistency and pride as a fighter that will result in a knockout victory.
Barrios, any money stops Garcia. I am 100% confident taking bets.
Conor Benn just exposed the problem with Ryan Garcia, and he's not holding back. According to Benn, Garcia is a liability, a loose cannon with too much chaos outside the ring, while Barrios brings consistency, pride, and a knockout waiting to happen.
Is your dad a yes man? Is your dad, are you going to listen to your dad? Are you going to, but then hitting pads in the living room, throwing a two-punch combo, and it's just, he doesn't seem about it to me. A lot of fighters talk about it, want the easy route. He's making influencer money. So why is he going to choose to do a hard sport where you have, true hard fighting Mexican like Barrios, who's coming and fighting with pride, fighting with his balls, fighting with dignity, fighting for legacy. Very different for someone who's fighting for clicks and views.
As for Garcia's preparation, the trainer described this camp as the best he has ever witnessed, calling his fighters' conditioning a work of art. He expressed complete confidence that when Garcia is operating at 100%, there is nobody in the division capable of beating him.
And the best I've witnessed the way his condition is, it's just a work of art. I mean it, a work of art. This is something that everyone's going to be surprised. And like I said, he's up here, he's 100%. And when he's like that, ain't nobody going to beat him. There's no way.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, Jobiz the Adult is placing a bold bet on Ryan Garcia to knock out Mario Barrios in the early rounds. He makes it clear this prediction isn't because Garcia is vastly superior, but because he believes Garcia will connect with a home run shot early. In his view, it only takes one clean punch from Ryan to put Barrios in trouble, and Garcia is a fantastic finisher once he hurts an opponent.
But I'm going to place a bet on Ryan Garcia knocking out Mario Barrios under 3 rounds. Not because Ryan Garcia is that much better than Mario Barrios. I just think that he's going to hit a home run early. I'm going to gamble on that. I think it only takes one from Ryan to put Mario Barrios where his chin is now on queer streak. And I think Ryan Garcia is a fantastic finisher when he does get you hurt. I think Mario Barrios has been pretty easy to counter lately. And with Ryan Garcia's speed, hand-eye coordination, and accuracy and timing, especially with him being in great shape that he is now, with the determination he has now.
Trainer Robert Garcia believes Ryan Garcia has the skills, power, and speed to become a champion, making this a good opportunity for him. However, he acknowledges that some aspects might not be in Ryan's favor once he actually faces Mario Barrios in the ring.
It's a good matchup for Ryan. I think Ryan has the skills, the power, the speed to actually go and become champion, but there's a few things that I see that might not be in his favor. And look, Barrios is dedicated. I know him. He's actually a good friend, a good person. And they chose him because they think Ryan has everything it takes to become champion, to become the world champion, because they're already planning on huge fights with Devin Haney and whatever out there for Ryan.
Barrios outlines his game plan to test his opponent in every possible way, whether through relentless pressure or simply asserting his presence in the ring, making it clear that the fight will not unfold the way his opponent expects. When asked about the pre-fight histrionics and antics, he admits he finds them more funny than anything else, though he clarifies that he ultimately just doesn't care for the sideshow.
And I'm gonna just test him in every way that I can, whether it's pressure, whether it's just that presence, and then just just letting him know you're like that. It's not gonna be the way that he thinks it is. I just don't care for it. For me, the fight day is already set. That's the only motivation I need. I don't need, you know, some back and forth at a press conference. I don't need, you know, all these like antics and all this.
Mario Barrios speaks about his respect for Ryan Garcia as an opponent, while making it clear that friendship takes a back seat on fight night. He acknowledges that Garcia is the best, and even plans to wish him well after their battle concludes. However, when the lights come on, Barrios' focus shifts entirely to execution and retention.
At the end of the day, you know, after the fight's over, you know, I always wish, you know, my opponent's the best, and I mean, I'm like pretty sure I'm gonna wish him the best after this fight also, but you know, come fight night, you know, like I had to, you know, go in there and just make sure that, you know, I assert, you know, our game plan on him, and that I do whatever it takes, you know, to make sure that I'm still holding that title at the end of the night.
Ryan Garcia has stated that he wanted a real fight against a legitimate champion, not a YouTuber or a celebrity bout. He respects Barrios as a tough, durable fighter and believes this is the fight that will silence critics who question his legitimacy at 147 pounds. He recognizes that Barrios has never been in a boring fight and expects him to come forward all night, which is exactly the kind of test Garcia says he wants.
You know, I try to let all my decisions be led by God, and I felt like this was the right, you know, decision to make. And you know, he's a great fighter. You know, he's never been in a bad fight. He's always come in a fight. Even in the championship rounds, you see that he's firing back and finds a way to, you know, make sure the gap ain't too far out. You know, so he's one of those guys that's gonna come to fight, you know, and we're gonna have a great one on our hands.
According to American professional boxer Brian Mendoza, the dynamic around Ryan Garcia comes down to one thing: the numbers he brings. Mendoza said that the real boxing people understand who the true champion is in this matchup. Garcia is getting this title shot precisely because of his ability to generate revenue, not necessarily because he has earned it in the traditional sense.
Like the hardcore boxing fans know what it is, you know that he can sell tickets, that, you know, he brings numbers. He brings the numbers that the promoters are looking for. So they know what it is. It's more that side, you know. There's gonna be a paycheck at the end of it, but he brings so many casual fans and so many outsiders that they're just fanboys of Ryan, or the girls, you know, the same. So it's really just that he brings a random fan base that doesn't know anything, so they're just rooting for Ryan just because they've seen him in so many videos and TikToks and stuff like that. But everybody knows the real true fighter here, the champion here, is Mario Barrios, and Ryan's getting a shot, you know, because he can sell tickets.
Furthermore, Ryan Garcia may know Mario Barrios' playbook because trainer Joe Goossen's style is predictable warfare through relentless sparring and pressure. However, knowing the game plan and stopping it are two different things. Once Garcia runs into that fire, he won't be able to handle it.
When Joe Goossen's training a fighter, doesn't matter if it's Mario or anybody else, when Joe Goossen's training somebody, you know they're gonna come for war. You know, he does tons of sparring, tons of rounds. He grinds you down and has you ready for like basically 15-round fights. You know, you're ready to just go at toe-to-toe the whole fight, come forward, walk forward, and, you know, stay tight with the defense. So it's just, you know, common knowledge. You know, people know what kind of a training Joe Goossen does. So that also does give Ryan the advantage of knowing what the game plan is, because there's usually only one.
While Brian is backing the champion, others see this as Garcia's night. Greg Hackett openly admits he doesn't know if he can trust Ryan Garcia as a fighter. He recalls the last time he saw Garcia, he was losing to Rolly Romero. While giving Rolly his due for looking good after switching trainers, Hackett emphasizes that Garcia showed him one critical flaw: he doubts himself. Because of that, Hackett states he simply cannot gamble on a guy like that.
I mean, Ryan Garcia, I don't know if I can trust Ryan Garcia. And the last time I seen Ryan Garcia, he was losing to Rolly. No disrespect to him or Rolly, but Rolly had just switched trainers and Rolly looked really good. But Ryan Garcia showed me he doubts himself. You know what I mean? I can't gamble on a guy like that. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Barrios isn't the most consistent because he has times where he should step on the gas and he don't do it. Or he has times where he should box and he don't do it. Or he has times where he should fight and he don't do it. You know what I mean? So it's a pretty even matchup. But at the same time, I think Barrios is more consistent than Ryan as far as being in shape.
In this exchange, Greg doubles down on his skepticism toward Ryan Garcia, making it clear that he simply cannot trust him after witnessing the Rolly Romero fight. He emphasizes that it is not just one isolated issue, but rather too much going on across all categories. Despite these reservations, he confidently picks Mario Barrios to win the fight by decision. When asked if he would be surprised to see Garcia score a knockout, he admits he wouldn't be shocked because anyone can get knocked out.
Things like that, and keeping his cool. I think Barrios wins the fight.
By decision?
Yeah, 7-5, 8-4.
You can't trust. I see. You can't trust Ryan after that Rolly fight.
Yeah, I can't trust him, period. He was too much going on. He got too much going on.
Is that the only reason why you can't trust him, or is it just that alone?
Yeah, too much going on covers all categories.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's the getting high, it's the hanging with streamers, it's the getting trained in your living room, you know, all of that type of shit. I wouldn't be surprised because I understand that anybody could be knocked out, but I don't think that would happen.
Adding on, former heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz is backing Ryan Garcia to get the job done against Mario Barrios. Ruiz believes this fight represents Garcia's opportunity to finally become a world champion, emphasizing that he is really good and has the tools to make it happen. When asked about Garcia's preparation, Ruiz expressed confidence that he is putting in the work, making this his moment to capture title gold.
Hey, who do you think is gonna win in the fight, Ryan Garcia or Mario Barrios?
I think Ryan Garcia, bro. Yeah, he's really good,
Yeah.
and I think this is his chance. You know, I hope he's working hard because
He is, bro.
Yeah,
He is.
okay, because this is his chance to be a world champion.
On the other hand, Teofimo Lopez Sr. brutally mocked Ryan Garcia's boxing abilities, offering a scathing assessment that cuts to the core of what Garcia brings to the ring. According to the veteran trainer and father of former champion Teofimo Lopez, Garcia relies almost exclusively on his left hook as his primary weapon, lacking the complete and technically refined style expected of a fighter aiming for world titles.
You want to see how he fights? What Ryan Garcia has is a dumbass left hook. It's so dumb, all right?
It's done him pretty well, though.
I don't want to say the word R-E, you know, I don't want to say that word. It's, how could I say the word?
One trick.
His left hook. To me, Ryan Garcia he fights weird.
Lopez Sr. emphasized that while Garcia's left hook can certainly be dangerous when it lands, it masks fundamental gaps in his overall game. He implied that watching Garcia fight offers a clear picture of a somewhat limited boxer who depends on a single fight-changing tool rather than a well-rounded game plan. That left hook has been central in many of Garcia's bouts, often serving as the great equalizer against opponents who might otherwise expose his technical shortcomings.
You want to see how he fights? This is how he fights.
Ryan Garcia puts the finishing touches on training camp ahead of his highly anticipated title fight against Mario Barrios at the Ring, high stakes in Las Vegas. And if his trainer's words are any indication, fight fans are in for something special. The camp has been described as the best they have ever had, with Garcia's conditioning reaching a level that his own team calls a work of art.
Lock the top three. Lock the top 4. Lock the top 3, 2.
According to those in his corner, when Garcia is operating at this level, fully focused, fully prepared, there is simply nobody in the division who can beat him. The confidence emanating from camp suggests that this version of Ryan Garcia is different from the one fans have seen before. Team Garcia has chosen to focus on what they can control, the performance on fight night. With a world title on the line and a legitimate champion standing across the ring, Garcia knows he cannot afford to leave any doubt. The finishing touches are now complete, the weight is coming off perfectly, and all that remains is to step through the ropes and prove that the hype is real. Las Vegas is ready, the stakes are high, and Ryan Garcia insists he has never been more prepared for a moment like this. Mario Barrios has undergone a complete transformation in training camp, elevating his skills to new heights under the guidance of legendary trainer Joe Goosen. The champion has fully embraced Goosen's demanding regimen, which emphasizes relentless pressure, high-volume sparring, and meticulous defensive work. Barrios has sharpened his footwork and head movement, ensuring he can cut off the ring effectively while minimizing the clean shots he absorbed. The partnership with Goosen has also refined his body attack, with countless rounds dedicated to breaking opponents down methodically rather than seeking one-punch fireworks. Every session in camp has been geared toward making Barrios a more complete and disciplined fighter. As we count down the final days to this high-stakes welterweight showdown, the questions surrounding Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia remain impossible to ignore. Can we trust the version of Ryan Garcia who showed up against Devin Haney, or will we see the fighter who struggled with Rolly Romero? And on the other side of the ring, which Mario Barrios will answer the bell? The relentless pressure fighter who imposes his will, or the one who sometimes hesitates when he should pull the trigger? With a world title on the line and two fighters at a career crossroads, this is the kind of fight that reveals everything. Drop your predictions in the comments below and make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the fight week coverage, weigh-in results, or post-fight analysis. Thanks for watching.